Well, as you can see, they had decent selection of stuff. And you'll notice the video quality might be a little bit different. I really like the setup I've done the last couple of videos, for those of you that have seen the last few list videos. So I've got my tripod for my camcorder set exactly how I want it. So I figure for little quick videos like this, we'll just go old school and do it on the phone, on the ring like we used to, for nostalgia's sake. But I did end up grabbing the two fragrances you saw, Azzaro Sport as well as Kenneth Cole Vintage Black. Let's bust them open, see what they smell like. I grabbed Azzaro Sport, $24.99, 100 ml. I've heard mixed things about this. Some people have said, now this is online, I haven't watched any reviews or anything on it, that it's basic, it's just a sport cologne smell. I would expect something like that with something named Sport. And then Vintage Black, if I remember correctly, this is similar to Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. I could be wrong, but if my memory serves me correct, I believe that's what it's like. So I'm gonna bust these open. This was a 50 ml for 15 bucks. I've put off getting this so many times, I figured why not? We'll bust them open, see what I get from them. So I think we'll start with Vintage Black because I've smelled it before. It's been a really long time. That's why I believe it smells like Tommy Bahama Set Sail St. Bart's. That's a rubberized cap. That's interesting. You know, nothing special here on the bottle. They always have them at Nordstrom Rack. Definitely a St. Bart's kind of scent profile here. We'll give one good spray on my hand. Give it a second. Very pleasant though. Can't go wrong with one of these cheapies. I mean, most Kenneth Cole fragrances are pretty good for the money. I mean, you can find them really cheap from discounters. And this is just mega fresh. Has that lime margarita on the rocks kind of thing going for it, but not so much on the booziness. I don't really get any tequila like St. Bart's has. Though it is a little bit. It's very similar in scent. It is very similar. If you have St. Bart's, it is pretty redundant. They are very, very similar. But it's very nice. I mean, for 15 bucks, you can't go wrong here. For $15, this is a solid fragrance. It really is. Super fresh, fruity citrus. It's got that lime, coconut, almost coconut, but not coconut. And it's kind of weird the way I'm explaining it, but I definitely get plenty of lime. Has that salty margarita on the rocks kind of smell. Yeah, I would say 85% the same scent. So if you have St. Bart's, you don't need this. If you have this, you don't need St. Bart's, obviously. But man, 15 bucks for 50 ml, it's definitely well worth your money if you're just looking for something enjoyable, fresh, super easy to like, hot weather kind of stuff. It's solid. I mean, like I said, it's one I've smelled before. I was pretty sure that was what it was similar to. It's just been a long time since I've smelled it. I've wanted to get my hands on it. I always put it off. I always end up finding something else I want more. But in this situation, I figured, why not? Decent. Definitely a solid fragrance. Kenneth Cole Vintage Black. Now then, Azzaro Sport. Relatively new release. Not super new, but I forgot how long ago it came out. I think this year. It came out this year. So, bottle looks kind of cool. Bottle's decent. Kind of a oval shape. Like the logo. Logo looks cool. But the bottle's irrelevant if the fragrance is terrible. Doesn't click into place. Does hold relatively snug. Not too bad. Let's see what the atomizer is working with. Decent, nothing special. Got a fruity melon kind of smell up top. One good spray across the forearm. It definitely puts out, I gotta say. See if it'll show the juice level on my forearm. It's all right here. I don't think the camera's really picking it up. You can see it a little bit, but yeah, it's kind of your typical fresh, sporty scent. This doesn't strike me as generic of a sports scent as I've read. Not tonic. Yeah, a little bit of a tonic water smell. Aromatic. A little soapy. It is a generic scent, but I don't necessarily think sport scent when I smell it. I think generic citrus aromatic more than generic sport scent. Generic's definitely in there though. It is nothing special, but it's pleasant. It's nice. For somebody without a big, diverse collection of fragrances, wear this every day in the warm weather, you know? It doesn't smell bad. It's just not something an enthusiast is going to enjoy more than likely. But it's decent. I'll wear this out the shower. This will be an out the shower fragrance. This is a good gym bag kind of fragrance. I'm sure performance is nothing special. I don't want to make an assumption and say it's probably a 3-hour fragrance when it ends up being 6. I don't know. It's the first time I've sprayed it, so who knows? But definitely generic. Nothing special here. It is a boring fragrance for somebody that's got a bunch of fragrances. So anybody that has it and feels that way, I totally get where you're coming from. I feel that way too. Definitely a basic fragrance, but it's decent. You could do worse, you know. For 25 bucks, I would say somebody starting out, this is probably a decent fragrance for somebody starting out that only has 1 or 2 fragrances and you just want to add something fresh and easy to like. You could absolutely work with this. Like I said, it's not a bad fragrance at all. It's just uninspired. That's all it is. It's just uninspired. It's pleasant though. Clean, soapy, fresh. It had a little bit of a melon kind of juiciness going up top. Now it's more of a bland citrus, like a grapefruit type of citrus smell. It's a little sharp and astringent. Definitely has a soapy lavender kind of smell going. I'm pretty confident there's some lavender here. It's okay. It's a little powdery. It's decent. It's a decent scent. I'll probably wear this out the shower tonight, actually. Maybe make a little Instagram post about it after I spend a little time with it. So if you follow me on Instagram, be looking out. I might make a little early impressions after I spray myself down with it out the shower tonight. But it's decent. Like I said, uninspired, but not a bad fragrance. Azzaro Sport. So 2 that are on more the basic side. Obviously, Vintage Black is the more enjoyable fragrance of the 2. 25 for the 100 ml of Azzaro Sport, 15 for the 50 ml of Kenneth Cole Vintage Black. Smells like Tommy Bahama St. Bart's. Azzaro Sport, basic citrus aromatic. I don't even know the classification, but it smells like a citrus aromatic because it's fresh and fruity, almost melon-like up top. Turns into a bit of a generic citrus smell. Has a strong aromatic presence, a little soapy. I'm confident there's some lavender in there. That's why I say I would classify this as a citrus aromatic. At best, if nothing else, a woody aromatic because it's probably got some woods in the dry down. But up top, it smells like a citrus aromatic classification. Again, nothing super special here. If I had to tell you one being a safer bet than the other, obviously Kenneth Cole Vintage Black would be the one I would suggest if you're looking for just a nice, enjoyable, cheap, warm weather fragrance. There's nothing wrong with this, but of the 2, I think Vintage Black smells a little bit better. I'm sure they're nothing special in performance. I'll get use out of them. I get use out of all my fragrances. I got tons of them, but if nothing else, there'll be something I enjoy at night before bed because out the shower, I do like these fresh, citrus-heavy, aquatic type fragrances. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe because I do appreciate all the feedback and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have these already? What are your thoughts on them? Sound off in the comments and let me know. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on Azzaro Sport or Kenneth Cole Vintage Black and give them a spray now, I don't know. It's a possibility you might thank me later. Have a good one, guys.